We are finally past the halfway mark of 2024, and I decided to waste my time watching some anime so you don't have to. So here's the stuff that I've watched so far this year and would recommend. Solo Leveling.
Hey, that's pretty good.
After finishing the manhwa slash webtoons comic, I was excited about the show when it got announced. It's interesting to see how it would be delivered, and boy did it deliver. It was a great first season. I'm glad that they decided to slow down the pacing, especially because with the manhwa you could read it so quick. The next few arcs are going to be so incredible. I'm just interested what they're going to do later down the line, if they're going to go one for one with the manga or not. Last one of the Elite.
I mean, it's alright, like...
This season was fun, but honestly, the show's kind of lost its magic from the first season. It's still enjoyable, but not as what it used to be. If you plan to pick up this show, you're not really missing anything, so you can skip this if you want, but I still personally enjoyed it. Actually, was great fun because I feel like it's a great substitute for One Punch Man, which I'm patiently waiting for to come back. It's hilarious. The animation's great as well. It's funny to see Mashle get to do all sorts of things, but also the plot as well is kind of interesting. Like it really is just like a good substitute for One Punch Man. Delicious in Dungeon.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
This one was a complete blinder. It was funny, the animation's great, I love the characters. Also, I watched this in dubbed, so if you notice some of these actors slash voice actors, it was really fun to watch. Ain't Soldier. I mean Fairen.
This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long.
Yes, I know it started late last year in autumn, but technically the new arc started this year, so this isn't like, you know, shut up. If you like fantasy but doesn't want to take itself too seriously, then I would highly recommend Fairen. This is one of the best shows I've seen in a very long time. I would honestly think if there was one thing you should watch this year, is Fairen. Anime of the year winning worthy stuff. Like there is no words I can explain. Technically I did explain, so go check it out. Now we hop over to spring, where we got to start with Demon Slayer.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Honestly, this is probably the worst season of Demon Slayer in my personal opinion. There wasn't much that was going on. It was just good to see them focus on character development and see what these masters do in their spare time. It was a great training arc for sure, but it didn't really constitute a full season in my opinion. Of the whole bunch, this is probably the worst season, but I don't think it's as bad as I think everyone made out to be, because without this season, next season won't be as good. The battle lines are being drawn. We got MJ back, Zenitsu locked the fuck in, everyone's in the castle. It was very much a hype season to hype up the next season. Kaiju number 8.
Life is good, but it can be better.
As a big fan of the manga, I wasn't too happy with the character art when it got released. I mean, look at this. Like, there was a lot of scenes that I loved and a lot of moments that were done incredibly. So I hope they can improve next season. I mean, it's good. Like, it's really good. It's just not as, like, I mean, just look at these again. My Hero Academia.
Nice.
I feel like My Hero in general has gone on for so long, and now it feels like we're finally reaching the end game, which I personally am excited about. I believe this is probably the best season in a very long time. Within the past 3 seasons, I'll say this is probably the best one. Slime.
That is one big pile of shit.
I feel like it can be better. It just kind of, in my opinion, fell off. It doesn't focus on the characters too much, like their personal desires and like their character building and all the stuff that you'd want to feel for certain characters. It doesn't really do that, and it's just more focused on world building and the politics and stuff, which I personally like, but it's just, you kind of feel a disconnect with the show and you kind of start slowly not wanting to watch it anymore. Windbreaker. Honestly, this is another sleeper hit. I seriously don't know how nobody's talking about this show. We got Gojo Light. We have an OP side character with a cool thing on their face. It's just lighthearted fun. Yeah, honestly, I want more seasons. Honestly, it was animated beautifully. There were great character moments. Like, I really hoped more people talked about this, and I would highly recommend this show. Go Loser Ranger.
I wonder who put that there.
The concept of the show is very cool. I enjoyed the first few episodes, but after that, it kind of just went, not downhill I'd say, but at the steady pace. Really, apart from the first few episodes, I can't really remember much. I'm pretty sure it stopped last month, so that says a lot. Code Geass.
Not bad, not bad.
If you love Code Geass, the original series, you're gonna love this show. It's a great spin-off. It's fun. You have to watch the movies, I feel like, to understand what's going on. You don't really need to, in my opinion. Like, it's just nice to know. It just gives context to certain things. But yeah, it's great. I mean, the only critique I would have with this show is that the nightmares are kind of becoming like, I want to say Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or like, they get stronger with other nightmares, and it's getting a bit ridiculous now. But other than that, it's still a very enjoyable show. Ocean Co came back with a bang.
That is amazing.
It's nice to see them focus more on the individuals of that make up the film, acting, singing, and whatever else industry. But honestly, I hope it doesn't draw away from the main plot, which is literally the murder of this eye. Tower of God. I liked its first season, but you can 100% tell that they have a smaller budget for this season. I think if this season ends great or does well throughout the season, I hope the third season, or maybe if it gets greenlit for a third season, just gets more money out of it so we can see just better animation in general. Wand and Sword. Another sleeper hit. This show is insane, not only for its plot, but for the character art. I parry everything. It's in the title. Need I say more? And that's everything that I have watched this year. Obviously, there are a few shows that I didn't mention because I personally didn't believe that they were worth mentioning. Also, there were some shows that I did say wasn't as good, but it's still very watchable. It's just you're not really missing anything. You don't have to watch it. But other than that, it's just, yeah. And I'm gonna go into my hole now and watch more stuff and not interact with anyone. I haven't seen the sun since January.